Hyundai Palisade. Okay, this is my mom's new Hyundai Palisade.
Very good. Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. If you're new to the channel, you should totally hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, welcome back. Today we are taking a look at a brand new 2020 Hyundai Palisade. This thing is fresh in the market. It's sort of like a sister car to the Kia Telluride, which is similar in the chassis and everything, same engine, same size and everything. That car is just a little bit different, meant to be more sporty-ish. This Palisade, the interior is definitely nicer than the Kia. Now this car has a 3.8 liter V6 with 290 horsepower, 262 foot-pounds of torque. It'll go 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds, which is not too bad considering how big of a car this is. So that is also the motor that's shared with the Kia. You know, they're sort of like same car, different platform. We're gonna poke through this thing. I got a little bit of help from the owner's kids, Logan and Olivia. Thank you guys for helping me out. But this car it's pretty impressive, and it is really might be one of the best bargains on the market, which we'll explain a little bit. So let's take a look. Alright, so let's talk about the styling of the Palisade. This car is definitely striking in appearance. I mean, if you see it on the road for the first time, you think, oh man, what the hell is that? Now, the only small, you know, I'm not going to say a complaint, but just it's a little different. Maybe I'm just not used to it in Hyundais, but the only small thing I think is kind of different is the headlights. Okay, now this whole thing is the daytime LED running lamp, and this is the turn signal right here, and this is your main headlight right here. It's like the headlight technology has gotten so good that, you know, it can be that small, so they just sort of have it in this bottom little cluster. It's a little different. I think there's a couple cars have tried to do this. The one Jeep Cherokee did it, and a couple others, but I think it is different. I mean, I'm used to, you know, we've always been used to like the headlights and the turn signals being in one little cluster there. I think one thing that separates the Kia Telluride from this car is they have just sort of like a little rectangle box right there, which I think is really attractive. But this grille is huge. Okay, there's where you do your radar cruise control and all your safety features. But this color is called Sierra Burgundy, and it is just beautiful. It's a different color. It looks really good in the sunlight. You can see the sparkles of the paint. I mean, this is a big car. It fits 8 people to sit, and it's so easy to get into the back, which we'll talk about too. You've got an integrated sort of turn signal marker here. It's kind of complex, but I think it looks pretty good in the mirror there. You've got dual pane sunroof, so we'll take a look at. Now, moving around the back, it's sort of similar with this sort of little design right here. This doesn't really light up at all. It's just sort of like an element of the design. I like the turn signal. It's all LEDs. There's your brake lights right there. There's your reverse light right there. Now, this car is all-wheel drive. That is like a $1,700 option, but living in Pennsylvania here, I think it's necessary for our winters. But yeah, who would ever think that Hyundai would build such an attractive, you know, I would call this a full-size SUV. I know other people call it mid-size, you know, compared to like a Chevy Suburban or something, but it just looks really attractive. My eye always catches like the chrome line back here going to the third row. Nice big wheels and tires. I mean, if you saw this car 5 years ago, you would say there's no way that this is a Hyundai. You know, Hyundai and Kia have really stepped up their game in the last 5 to 10 years, and they're not, you know, they can compete with all the other cars in the market in this segment. This car competes with the Kia Telluride, which is almost essentially the same car. It's just geared to a little bit different people. That car is meant to be more sporty and rugged, I guess. This is the more luxurious car, which I really think it is. You can see the quilted leather on the inside. But this, I think it looks 100 times better than a Honda Pilot. The Toyota Highlander is another option that would be that's a good looking car. I really don't like Honda's design at the moment, but yeah, just look how big and like imposing this grille is. I mean, that is like Hyundai's new design language. It looks really, really mean and good. I mean, it's a good design. Alright, so Logan and Olivia are going to start off with a couple of things in the interior, but let's take a look at the inside. So one really cool feature about this Palisade is it has a feature called driver talk. And look, see, if I have the driver talk on, it goes through the speakers into the third row, so you can hear me pretty well, right?
And the second row.
And the second row. So if you turn it off, hold on, Logan. Now it's just me talking. You can't hear me as well, right? Right? Okay, turn it on.
Woody.
Well, say something. Say Philadelphia Eagles, or say something.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Right, and you can hear that pretty well, right? Okay, now we're gonna turn it
Hello.
off. Oh, Logan, turn it off at the end.
Okay.
Now say something. Say Philadelphia Phillies.
Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah, so you can't hear that as good, right?
No.
Okay, so this is called driver talk. Okay, Olivia wants to show us a really cool thing that she likes. Go ahead.
So you push this button and it will automatically open.
Uh-huh.
And then there's two hidden cup holders. You push these two buttons like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
And
wow.
they'll just pop out.
Yeah, so if you wanted to use them as a cup holder, you could, but if you don't, you could just stow them away if you wanted to put, something
Or-
bigger under there,
Or
right?
if you don't want people to use them.
Right.
You and someone else is driving the car and you don't want them to use them, you can just put it like that.
Right, and then you could even close the door if you don't want anybody in there. That's pretty cool. All right. Okay, Logan is going to show us how easy it is to get into the third row. Hit that button. And so there's a button down low for kids if they want to reach it, or there's a button up here on the top. So how's it feel in the back row, in the third row?
Yeah.
Enough room? And you got, what else you got back there? I think you just had to push it back.
No, you don't.
And so there has the nice quilted leather back there. You've got USB ports. You can move the seats forward and back. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
There's these buttons
Go ahead. Yep.
on the side of the car that makes it recline and either go forward.
Yeah.
You hit this one to make it go forward.
Oh, that is pretty
And
cool.
then you feel like go forward. Yeah. And you hit this one to go back.
And you can go back pretty far. Yeah, go back the whole way. So yeah, even if Logan's in the third row, here, stay right there. Even if Logan's in the third row, you can sort of recline. Do you guys like to sit in the third row or the second row better?
Third row.
Yeah. You like the captain's chairs, Logan?
Yeah. And it works for this.
Yeah, go ahead. Try it out.
Same thing.
Here, Logan, hold it. Show your
Same
sister.
thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can be even more comfortable in the third row, right? Okay.
Let me show you how you put it back. So you just put it back like that. Yeah, like that.
Well done.
I can go like too far back too.
Yeah.
Sunday
All right, thanks,
time.
guys.
Sunday time. What is the other stands for?
All right, going to the inside of the Palisade. By the way, I do like this sort of brushed aluminum door handles. Now, I really dig, it's everywhere in the car, all the way in the third row too. It's like this sort of quilted leather look. It's on the back of the seats right here. Yeah, this is black leather. You even got a little kick plate right there. It says Palisade. Now let's hop in. Yeah, you've got the metal, the aluminum trim on the speakers. I mean, it's just a really nice place to be. There's the quilted stuff on the other side of there. Now, the one thing that's different about this car is this is the shifter. There's no column mounted shifter or no gear lever down here. So if we start it up, now this is a big 10-inch screen. Lots of really cool features in this car. Logan and Olivia, we talked about the driver talk. Now another thing that's cool is called quiet mode right here. Now if you're driving home from somewhere, you've been all day, and let's say your kids are sleeping in the back, if you hit the quiet mode, the music will just go into the front speakers. So it really shows that Hyundai was thinking about, this is a family car. So if you've got, 2, 3, 4 kids in the back and they're sleeping on the way home from a football game, you put that quiet mode on. It's just something that they're thinking that I wouldn't have thought to do that. So it's just a pretty cool feature. But this is a really upscale interior for a full-size Hyundai SUV that is, around $45,000, $48,000 I think in the limited trim, which this car is. But they got a good deal on this car. But we've got paddle shifters on the steering wheel. We've got a knob here that you can change the drive modes. You've got Comfort, Eco, Snow, Smart, and Sport. When you change it to Sport, the dials go crazy. There, Sport. There's like an explosion. So when you go back to Comfort, it changes to blue. Eco, I'm sure it'll go green. Yep. Snow. I mean, car companies are going crazy with the little graphics to, you know, show different stuff. But yeah, I'll go back to sport. Explosion. So yeah, I mean, all the materials are nice. There's like a nice sort of like, I don't even know what you call that, but it's just a nice little trim. The screen is nicely integrated into the dials right here. Yeah, this shifter is kind of funky, but the one thing that's cool, there's park, reverse, neutral. When you go into drive, it'll still go through the motions there of each one. Yeah, like it'll go whoop. It won't just go straight from D to P. So if I go into park, watch. Yeah, it still goes back. Like when you had the gear shift lever, it would always go, you know, P, N, R, D. That's just kind of cool. But yeah, this is just a really nice place to be, and I don't think it's lacking anything. We've got a nice, like, I don't even know, suede or Alcantara headliner. You got dual sunroofs. I mean, just look at all the space back there. You can see in the second and third row, it still has the quilted leather. This one has the captain's chairs, which I think is nice just to get into the third row, but it's also very easy to get back there, which we'll try that out. But yeah, I mean, Hyundai is really on their game with the design of these cars. Most cars would have like a black plastic right here, but this is like a nice silver trim with a little design on it. Just really nice features. There's your HVAC controls and all your heated steering wheel, heated seats, vented seats, cameras. Now, if I go into reverse, yeah, now one feature that's really cool in the cameras, if you're towing something, this will actually show where your tow hook is, and if I move the wheel, the thing actually moves too. If I go back to straight up, it'll show. So if you're backing this car into something, you know, a trailer or something, that is such a cool feature. Lots of trucks have that, but definitely not a full-size SUV. But just the cameras are awesome. There's like a bird's eye view camera, perfectly in the middle of these spots. But yeah, this is a Hyundai SUV that shouldn't have features like that, but in this day and age, they're really welcomed. Now, one thing that's cool, all these little people with the seatbelts, that'll show you if the kids in the back have their seatbelts on or not. Now, if somebody was sitting, let's say, right there, and they didn't have their seatbelt on, it would show you right there on the map. So, Mike and Jen got 2 kids. They could probably see in the back if Logan and Olivia have their seatbelts on. So yeah, this is just really surprised how luxurious and nice everything is in this car. I have no complaints at all. All right, let's go check the second row. Now, going to the second row, like Logan and Olivia showed you, but to get into the third row, there's a button down here if the kids want to hit it, or the adults can hit the button. All you do is hit the button, and you walk right in. Now, this is surely meant for the kids, and like Logan showed us, you can just recline the seats forward and back with USB ports back here. I mean, this is nice. I mean, the kids would primarily be back here, but this is definitely nice to have the option if you have a whole bunch of people going somewhere that you could definitely do it. Now, to put the seat back, all you do is do that. There's a nice view of the sunroofs and everything. But yeah, this is such an impressive car with so many features, you know, for let's just say well under $50,000, which lots of people have big families that need a car like this, and I think this has got to be one of the best options in the class. Also in the back seat here, you actually have heated and ventilated seats in the second row. You can control your temperature, where it goes. I mean, cooled seats in the second row. That's awesome. All right, let's check out the third row of the Palisade. Just one touch right there and it'll go right up. Now you got a little bit of space here in the third row. I think you can actually hold 2 sets of golf clubs right here if you had all your boys in the car with you. But you can control the second and the third row from back here. So if I hit the third row, left will go back. That one goes back. Look, I can control the third row seats. You know, if look, the headrest went down, I can go completely down. Now if I hit, I can make the second row go down as well. That goes down, that goes down, and look at that. I mean, look how much space that would be in the second row if you had the third row down. I mean, that is huge. That is really impressive. So you can control everything from right here. Now you got a 12 volt here if you're tailgating. You know, you can plug stuff in, but I mean, that is so easy to do. I mean, that is just also very impressive. Now, the last thing to talk about with this Palisade here, this car still comes with the industry standard best 10 years, 100,000 mile warranty. So this car is basically covered for the next 5, 6, 7 years as far as the warranty goes. You can't underestimate how valuable that is. I mean, Hyundai really has a hit on their hands with this. When I went to review the Veloster a couple months ago, I asked the guy, I said, hey, are you guys selling those Palisades like crazy? He said, yeah, we can't even keep them on the lot. So Hyundai and Kia, all of them are just on top of their game right now. This is such an impressive car that has all the features and safety features and radar cruise control and cameras everywhere for, let's just say, under $50,000. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, Honda Pilot is not the greatest design. A couple other cars that could compete with this, but the value that this car has is really impressive. So we're gonna shut this down, we're gonna go get my beauty shots, and then we're gonna take this thing on the road. So let me know what you think of this Hyundai Palisade. Would you buy this for, let's say, $45,000, $47,000, or what else would you look at? So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at GemmyD on Cars, and I will see you on the next one. See ya.
This is my mom's brand new 2020 House pendant.
Hyundai Palisade. Try that. Hyundai Palisade. Say it.
Hyundai Palisade.
Okay. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay, go ahead.
This is my mom's brand new 2020 House pendant.
Hyundai Palisade.
Yeah. Say it loud. Say Hyundai Palisade.
Hyundai Palisade.
Okay. Try it now.
This is my mom's brand new 2020 House pendant.
Hyundai Palisade.
I can't say.
There's going to be an excellent outtake reel.
Yes, there is. This is true. Try it again. Hyundai Palisade.
Hyundai Palisade.
Okay.
Really loud, like a cheerleader.
Yeah. Look right here, right into my finger. Okay. Go ahead.
This is my mom's brand new 2020 House pendant. I can't say it.
Logan, you want to try it?
Hello, camera. Hi, camera. Hi, camera. Now can I be the camera? And the camera. Hi, camera.